Let's talk more about the series, Building Your Buffer. These videos will talk exactly about what is your buffer and how you can improve each puzzle piece. I want to talk about power. Power development is part of that buffer. So think about the tasks you do in everyday life. You're going to have to react quickly. If you trip, if you fall, we don't have the luxury of time. Things happen very fast, and that's usually where injuries happen. So training for power is something that is neglected as we get older for a lot of reasons. First, because people lose what they don't use. So most people become less active as they get older. So they're not training to be faster. They're not training to react quicker. They're not training in ways that are including power development and higher velocity movements. Fast twitch fibers start to decline. And what's recommended for adults is usually slow and controlled training or low impact. And that's neglecting power development. That's neglecting fast twitch muscle fibers. That's neglecting training for the task. So your tasks in life are going to include things that are faster and more powerful, and having to react to situations around you, to falling, tripping. If we neglect power development, we will become weaker. We will become more fragile as we get older. And power is the number one thing we're going to lose. So you have to find ways to train for power and be faster and include exercises that are higher velocity. It's just that most people either start off too advanced and then they get injured, then they blame the exercise. Or they're told by health professionals, medical professionals, that no, you should only do low impact. It's safer. And it's leading them down a path of fragility and weakness and deconditioning. Training safe or always low impact is neglecting a critical component of a higher quality of life, and that's power. Ask yourself in your training, how much of it is slow and controlled? How much of it isn't? Are you fearful that you're going to get injured? And that's usually what people say, is they're just scared. They're scared they're going to get hurt. Many people also think about an injury they had 10, 20 years ago, and that fear is still there. For example, if you've sprained an ankle. So some women are afraid to jump because they fear they're going to re-aggravate or sprain that ankle again. So they're neglecting things that are going to actually help them mitigate the risk of getting injured or spraining an ankle. It really comes down to getting educated, working with good people, and understanding what your level is. What progression level are you at? Do you have to regress? When can you progress? And staying strong, but also staying powerful. If we stay stronger as we age, we have a higher strength ceiling. We have the ability to be more powerful. We have the ability to move our limbs quicker and react to times if we trip or fall or a situation that might be higher risk for us. So we can't train or live in a way where we're actually creating a fragile and weak body. We have to look outside of that. How can we include higher impact training? How can we include faster, higher velocity and not be fearful of it? Yes, there will be times where certain individuals have had a serious contact injury or accident, or a non-contact injury that has been quite severe in a sport, for example. And there might have to be some regressions or modifications. But for the most part, the general fitness population, especially women, aren't dealing with that. They are dealing with either fear, they're dealing with a level of deconditioning, they're dealing with a level of weakness, they don't have the power, and they really don't know how to start, or they're being told they shouldn't because it's not safe. I want you to toss that mindset and think about how you can become more powerful in your training, because you're training for the tasks of daily life, the ability to play your recreational sports with ease and continue that as you get older. So power development is critical. Power development, including things that are higher impact, higher velocity, training for the tasks of life and sport is what we should be thinking about as we get older.